this Interstellar movie from 2014, I believe. So this movie is about space, I think. So I guess it's was no idea what the story is. Interstellar.
Well, my dad was a farmer, like everybody else back then.
Là jet plane. Losing the control of the plane.
Go back to bed, babe.
I thought you were the ghost.
No such thing as ghosts, babe.
Grandpa says you can get ghosts.
It's only a mind thing.
Get your butt back in bed, Murph.
Matthew McConaughey.
We had died and acres of corn, but mostly we had dust. And just that steady blow of dirt. Close the mouth so we wouldn't breathe so much of it.
Full of dust.
Glasses or cups, whatever it was, upside down. Was your ghost, dumbass?
You don't have to insult.
We still want to talk science. Report the facts, analyze, get to the how and the why.
Okay. How and why?
Parent-teacher conferences.
Slow down, Turbo. Nelson's torching his whole crop.
Light? He should have planted corn like the rest of us.
She's single. Repopulating the earth. Start pulling your weight, young man.
All right, Murph, give me a second.
What'd you do, Murph?
Flat tire.
She didn't do nothing.
Murphy's Law.
Shut up.
What's my pillow?
I always could be here to help.
Why did you and Mom name me after something that's bad? Murphy's Law.
Name of her. Okay.
What about the flat tire?
It's up to something. Yeah, remote control. Like the soundtrack of this.
Solar cells can power an entire farm.
Take into the farm. You can take down the drone.
Stay on it.
Maintenance.
Almost got it. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Water.
You told me to keep driving.
And not into the river.
Actually, drive off a cliff scenario.
Flying away.
Want to give the world?
Coming there. What? It's controlling.
You're down right there at the edge of the red.
It's very cool.
How long do you think it's been up there?
10 years ago.
It's been flying for 10 years.
See, the sun cooked its brain or it was looking for something.
What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna give it something socially responsible to do. Like drive a combine. It needs to learn how to adapt, Murph. Like the rest of us.
Up the sun.
This one needs to wait.
I'm not gonna be mad.
Not with me. Just please try not to.
And I guess you had to stop off at the Asian fighter plane store. We got Tom's scores back. Gonna make an excellent farmer.
The score.
They don't really have the resources.
I still pay my taxes. Now, where's that money go? You're ruling my son out for college now? The kid's 15.
Simply isn't high enough.
No boy.
You're telling me it takes 2 numbers to measure your own ass, but only 1 to measure my son's future?
And a trained pilot.
And an engineer.
Okay, good.
We don't need more engineers.
Really?
The world needs farmers.
How about fixing the technology?
Maybe your grandkids will get to be
We
engineers.
done here, sir?
The section on the lunar landings,
Yeah, they throw in my old textbook.
but we've replaced them with the corrected version, explaining how the Apollo missions were fake to bankrupt the Soviet Union.
Pair.
You don't believe we went to the moon?
Oh boy, here we go.
It's another useless machines
Useless machines.
and wastefulness of the 20th century. Then we need to teach our kids about this planet.
One of those useless machines they used to make was called an MRI. The doctors would have been
Yeah.
an assist to my wife's brain before she died.
Yeah, and educated.
Murph got into a fistfight with several of her classmates over this Apollo nonsense.
I guess fighting is not good.
Yeah, you got you suspended.
What?
Those combines you rebuilt went haywire. You should come take a look.
One by one, they've been peeling off the fields and heading over. Something's interfering with the compass.
Oh, someone's in the room. In the library.
Count the spaces.
Why?
In case the ghost is trying to communicate. I'm trying, Morse.
The score.
Dots and dashes.
Murph, I just don't think your bookshelf's trying to talk to you.
Okay.
Had to reset every compass clock in GPS to offset for the anomaly.
And reset GPS.
I hear your meeting at the school didn't go so well.
Explorers, pioneers, not caretakers.
And Tom will do just fine. You're the one who doesn't belong.
Well, we used to look up in the sky and wonder at our place in the stars. Now we just look down and worry about our place in the dirt.
This happened about 1:30 when that thing came off the top of that canyon.
Yeah, documentary.
Popcorn at a ball game is unnatural. I want a hot dog.
Listen, all that matters is how you feel about it.
So all the dust is hidden too. I know what's going on in there. Some kind of landing, I guess.
Mask up.
Yeah, eye cockle too. It's starting to look like a mist. There's like a storm going on.
Tom, you guys shut your windows?
Ghost.
There's something weird about this place.
It's not a ghost. It's gravity.
Gravity.
I'm dropping Tom, then heading to town. You want to clean that up?
It's not Morse, Murph. It's binary. Thick is 1, thin is 0.
Ordnance.
Coordinates.
But you don't know what you're gonna find.
That's why I can't take you.
Grandpa will be home in a while. Tell him I call him on the radio.
Ah!
Hey!
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Hiding.
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me.
I think this is the end of the road.
Didn't you bring the bolt cutters?
That's my girl.
Yeah, trying to open the gate. Isn't that illegal to do?
Step away from the
Okay.
fence!
Don't shoot.
Yes, hiding. Yes, unexpected.
Don't be afraid! You had the coordinates for this facility marked on your map. Where did you get those coordinates? Where's my daughter? Don't make me take you down.
A robot, really.
I'll turn you into an overqualified vacuum cleaner.
No, you won't. Tars.
Tars.
He's an ex-military security. Who are you? I know, Dr.
Brand.
No, engineer's cute either. Please, Dr. Brand.
The principal's in the girl in the conference room, please.
Why don't you just let us back up from your fence and we'll be on our way? About you, I don't know anything about this place.
Yes, you do.
Before all part, having a meeting
Dr. Brand.
from the Dark Knight.
Nobody stumbles in here. Nobody stumbles out.
It's all about that.
It was gravity.
They know something.
You're not getting any answers from us until I get assurances.
Assurance?
We're getting out of here. And I don't mean in the trunk of some car.
Okay.
We're NASA.
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 Comes from the stratosphere on the starving people.
Because public opinion wouldn't allow spending on space exploration. Now there's just corn.
And we're growing more than we ever have.
The corn will die. Soon, driven by the unshakable faith, the earth is ours.
The last people to starve will be the first to suffocate. And your daughter's generation will be the last to survive on Earth.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Now you need to tell me what your plan is to save the world.
We're meant to leave it.
Rangers,
The Endurance.
you sent people out there looking for a new home? The nearest star is over 1,000 years away. I mean, that doesn't even qualify as futile.
I can't tell you any more unless you agree to pilot this craft.
Do you want him to pilot?
We need a pilot, but something sent you here. They chose you.
Well, who's they?
They.
How long have you gone?
Years.
Yes, sir.
And saved them.
It's for the future generation.
They.
Out near Saturn, disturbance of space-time.
At a wormhole.
48 years ago.
And it...
A wormhole.
Another galaxy.
They appear to be looking out for us.
They've put potentially habitable worlds right within our reach.
We sent people into it.
Each person's landing pod had enough life support for 2 years. And they could send out a signal, bed down for the long nap, wait to be rescued. Data transmission back through the wormhole is rudimentary. Simple binary pings on an annual basis.
One system with 3 potential worlds?
There's a plan A and a plan B.
Well, this entire facility is a centrifuge.
Suddenly we knew that harnessing gravity was real.
But you haven't solved it yet.
That's why there's plan B. Population bomb. Over 5,000 fertilized eggs. With equipment on board, we incubate the first 10. After
Incubate?
that, with surrogacy, the growth becomes exponential.
Yeah, what about the people here? You give up on them? My kid.
Plan A is a lot more fun. I'm asking you to trust me. Find us a new home. I will have solved the problem of gravity.
Go away. If you're leaving, just go.
What, because heading out there is what I feel like I was born to do? Now, that does not make it wrong.
She going then.
Now, next year ain't gonna save us nor the one after that. World's a treasure, Donald. It's been telling us to leave for a while now.
Tom will be all right, but you gotta make things right with Murph. Without making promises you don't know you can keep.
That's true.
I'll keep it broken so you have to stay.
be your ghost right now. Or if they chose me, you saw it, you're the one who led me to them.
I figured out the message. Stay. It says stay, Dad. It says stay. Why? You're not listening. It says stay.
I'm coming back. One for you. One for me. When I'm up there tonight,
same time.
they're just gonna run more slowly.
Time will run differently for us.
We might even be the same age. You and me.
You have no idea when you're coming back. But dear,
Don't make me leave like this, Murph.
I don't know when it's coming back.
Hey, I love you forever, and I'm coming back.
When there's strengths.
Our place for me, alright? Alright? I'll make sure they bring it back.
He's going
Go for main engines. 9.
to left.
Booster ignition and
Going
prepare for stage 1 separation. Plenty of slaves for my robot colony.
yeah.
A giant, sarcastic robot.
Yeah, you can use it to find your way back into the ship after I blow you out the airlock. 100%.
Let's bring it on down to 75, please. Go ahead, manual. Deactivate probe heater 1 and 2 and 3.
That's pretty cool.
Taking control.
This is handover to you.
It's hard leaving everything. My kids, your father. You should learn to talk.
Emma not to.
What's your honesty parameter?
90%.
90%.
Absolute honesty is...
How about 10%?
90% it is, Dr. Brand. Approaching module port, 500 meters.
Going to crash. And they try to connect with this space station. I don't know. Is it magnetic?
I feel good.
Okay.
Lock? Target lock.
Cooper, you should have control.
Control here. Communication with ring module active. Are we ready to spin?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. %% of spin.
Romley? Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I just need a minute.
Okay, I think we have some Dramamine.
They just to them.
I'm just gonna go get that. Might be in the cryo bay. I'll just...
Amelia calculated 2 years to Saturn. Little older, a little wiser, but happy to see you. Do not go gentle into that good night. Though wise men at their end, no dark is right. Do not go gentle into that good night.
I don't know how small it is compared to they're going away further.
Here, pills. I have each other. Dr. Mann had it worse.
No, I mean, man, perfect planet. We are not going to find another one like her.
Cryo chamber. It's kind of scary.
Oh, Wolf's particle physicist. And they all knew the odds against ever seeing another human being again.
How about man?
He inspired 11 people to follow him on the loneliest journey in human history.
You don't think nature can be evil?
No. Formidable, frightening, but this crew represents the best of humanity.
Even me, huh?
You know what? We agreed 90%.
8 months to Mars. Counter-orbital slingshot around. 14 months to Saturn.
She's going to.
Why are you whispering? They can't hear you.
Yeah.
They close?
I wouldn't know. I also have a discretion setting, Cooper.
Hey guys, Dad's about to go down for the long nap.
This thing in video.
She's gonna get it to you. Know that I love you.
Hello, Murph. He wanted me to bring it for your brother. He sent you a message. You record any messages, I can get them transmitted to Cooper. Heading for Mars, they'll be coming up on Saturn.
Well, Saturn is 14 months away. That's Saturn.
I asked Murph to say hi, but she's as stubborn as her old man. We'll try again next time.
Are they getting the energy from the sun?
Millimeters of aluminum, that's it, and then nothing.
Although yachtsmen in the world don't know how to swim. We're explorers, huh?
Explorer.
This is our boat.
Music or something. Cats chirping. Yeah, make it feel like art. Listening to nature sounds then.
It's a wormhole, and every time we come around, receive images from
start the spinning? Why? Because we're close enough to see it now.
Okay,
That's it. That's the wormhole.
there it is. Okay, going to the spear. Okay.
So they say you want to go from here to there. So a wormhole bends space like this. So you can take a shortcut through into 2 dimensions, which turns a wormhole into 2 dimensions. A circle.
I'm not thinking anybody until we get out of here in one piece, Rom.
Can they? Yeah, going set to it.
The others made it, right? At least some of them.
You sure? You should be good looking though.
Everybody ready to say goodbye to our solar system?
And yeah, closing on the surface.
The controls won't work here. We're passing through the bulk. Space beyond our
Okay,
3
no
dimensions.
controls.
It's
Yeah.
distorting space-time. Don't!
First handshake.
Miller's side has kept pinging thumbs up, as has Dr. Mann's, sending the thumbs up right until it went dark.
But Miller still looks good, though, right? Planet is much closer to Gargantua than we thought. Landing there takes us dangerously close, and a black hole that big has a huge gravitational pull. Every hour we spend on that planet, 7 years back on Earth.
That's a lot. 1 hour, 7 years.
And our mission, Plan A, is to find a planet that can habitate the people that are living on the Earth right now. My family and
Yeah, sensing.
other families. People on Earth are dead by the time we pull it off.
That's why there's a plan B. Dr. Mann's data is promising, right? But it's going to take us months to get there. Think about the resources, including time that would be spent trying to get back here.
Just outside of Miller's planet.
Right.
Okay, here's Miller's planet.
The bag is a bomb.
Instead of taking
Speaker.
endurance, we take a wider orbit around Gargantua, parallel with Miller's planet, outside of this time shift to here. Then we're out, we lose a little fuel, but we save a whole lot of time.
That'll work.
Use the time to research gravity. Observations from the wormhole, that's...
Conserve fuel, minimize thrusting, but make sure we stay in range of Miller's planet.
Detach.
Detaching.
We could just see the collapsed star inside. Nothing escapes that horizon. Not even light. Oh, the answer
And this collapse star.
Goodbye, Ranger.
I'm gonna use the Ranger's aerodynamics to save some fuel.
So we want to get there in one piece.
Hang on. We should ease. Hands where I can see him, Kate.
A little caution would go.
Can get you killed, just like reckless driving. Cooper's too damn fast. I need to feel the air.
There's water.
Spiral down on top of it. Everybody hang on.
The only oceans then. It's like very shallow then.
No. Go, 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 go. 7 years per hour here.
Is there like any crashes in there? Probably not.
Gravity's punishing. 130% Earth gravity.
There it is.
Wreckage.
Wreckage.
Where's the mountains?
Those aren't mountains.
Not mountains. Oh, they need to go back. The recorder. Ah, yeah, skyscraper.
We're not leaving without her data.
We do not have time. Middle of the swell.
Yeah, probably run. Oh boy.
Hands, get back here now! Pace, go get her. Come on.
Yeah.
Get to the hatch.
The robot's moving past.
Manually overriding inside hatch.
Oh boy. Okay, leaving him behind them. The little webs coming out of Saturn.
Problem. Too waterlogged. Let it drain.
Why did you leave me?
Back here. The mission,
You were thinking about getting home.
Case almost down. 45 to an hour.
Decades.
Decades. Yeah.
Wreckage. She was broken up by a wave soon after impact. Just landed hours ago. She probably just died minutes ago.
It's farther than any human in history.
Well, not far enough. And now we're stuck here till there won't be anyone left on Earth to save. Some clever way we could maybe, I don't know, jump in a black hole. Came back to years.
It can't run backwards. Only thing that can move across dimensions like time is gravity.
Beings.
And they can rewind time.
But to them, time might be another physical dimension. I'm sorry. Who knew about relativity? Couldn't you have told her you were going to save the world?
No.
When you become a parent, the thing becomes really clear. And it rolls out down a 10-year-old. The world's ended.
How long for the engine's case?
A minute or two.
Uh-oh. Another wave coming in.
We're gonna spark it.
Roger that.
Depressurizing. Engines up.
Okay. Flying through. Okay. He just left there to die.
I've waited
Yes.
23 years.
23 years. Yes, a message.
Play from the beginning.
Finished second in school. Pulled me down, but second's not bad. I met another girl, Dad. I really think this is the one. Murphy stole Grandpa's car. Hey, Dad.
Many performance sad already. So many years have passed by then.
Oh, Grandpa died last week. Buried him out in the back 40 next to
Okay,
Mom.
he died.
We don't see her that much, but she came for that. Out there in the darkness. She says that let you go. And letting you go. I hope that you're at peace.
Hey, Dad.
That's Mark.
Never made one of these when you were still responding because I was so mad at you for leaving. Today's my birthday. You once told me that when you came back we might be the same age. And today I'm the age you were when you left.
Same as.
Real good time for you to come back.
It's just that I've never seen you in here before.
I've never been in here before. Just had something I needed to get out.
I know they're still out.
Yeah, she's working there too.
To find we've failed.
Then let's succeed.
I'm not afraid of death. I'm an old physicist. I'm afraid of time.
Time. Each iteration is an attempt to prove its own proof.
Are you calling my life's work nonsense, Murph?
No, I'm saying that you both arms tied behind your back.
Can we take this point up at another time? We must think not as individuals, but as a species.
We've no reason to suspect Edmund's data would have soured. The world has key elements to sustain human life.
As does Dr. Mann.
I really believe Edmund's is the better prospect.
Why?
Accident is the first building block of evolution. But
On the ground. And he's sending a very unambiguous message telling us to come to his planet. We should vote. Well, if you're going to vote, there's something you should know. She's in love with Wolf Edmonds. Is that true?
yes, and that makes me want to follow my heart. Love isn't something we invented. Artifact of a higher dimension that we can't consciously perceive. Love is the one thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends dimensions of time and space.
That's true.
We should trust that, even if we can't understand it yet. The tiniest possibility of seeing Wolf again excites me.
And burning the pill.
Next year.
Your room is exactly as you left it. It's ready to give many memories.
Oh, we might have something for that.
Look at his lungs.
Ignoring another that's coming in.
If you're wrong, you will have a very personal decision to make. Strike out on Mann's planet, and we'll have to decide whether to return home or push on to Edmonds.
We were trying to reach you.
She's dying.
I'm here, Professor. I'll finish what you started.
You had faith. I asked you to have faith.
There's nothing to forgive.
I lied, Murph.
Die.
I lied to you.
About what?
No need for him to come back.
No need for him to come back.
But Plan A equation. Did my father know?
Do not go, Judge.
No. You can't leave. That your father died today. I'm very sorry for your loss. This was all a sham.
And
You left us here.
boy, they're going away.
Starved.
Are they able to get the message then? Yeah, this time iceberg, frozen cloud. Oh, it's the cold weather. Yeah, well, scenery. Yeah, releasing from the cryo chamber. Mẹ tiệm anh.
Just how good it can be to see another face. I had a lot of hope to begin with, but after so long, I had none. My supplies were completely exhausted, and even set a waking date.
Then even said,
Raised me from the dead.
that's crazy.
Ammonia gives way to crystalline hydrocarbons, breathable air. We might be sharing this world. With oxygen and limited supply, Kip there really did most of the legwork. He misidentified the first organics we found as ammonia crystals. Ultimately, I decommissioned him.
Okay.
Used his power source to keep the mission going.
Would you like me to look at him?
No. He needs a human touch.
Yes, that makes
Brand,
sense.
I'm sorry to tell you that your father died today. He was at peace.
Uh-oh.
He's grown. Brand, did you know? He left us here. Suffocate.
Uh-oh.
Did my father know too? I just want to know if you left me here to die.
His whole life to plan A. I have no idea what she's talking about.
I do.
He does.
Your father solved his equation before I even left. The equation couldn't reconcile relativity with quantum mechanics.
More what?
More?
If a black hole is an oyster, then the singularity is the pearl inside, always hidden in darkness, behind the horizon.
Father had to find another way to save the human race from extinction. Plan B, a colony. He knew how hard it would be to get people to work together to save the species instead of themselves. Evolution has yet to transcend that simple barrier.
Okay.
We can care deeply, selflessly.
He lied.
Those we...
But the lie. Monstrous lie.
He was prepared to destroy his own humanity in order to save the species. He made...
But the people on Earth, they're gonna die. Because of his fucking arrogance.
We are the future.
Let me go home.
It's worthless.
It's half the answer.
How do you find the other half?
Out there, a black hole.
Pack up and leave.
We just have to keep working, same as ever.
Not exactly what Professor Brand was manipulating us
Brand
to
gave
do.
up on us. I told you about my ghost. I was never scared of it. Not like a person.
Person?
We're running out of time.
Have one last crack at the black hole. It's an older spinning black hole. It's what we call a gentle singularity.
Gentle?
Crossing the horizon fast might survive. But the horizon is a complete mystery.
The old optical transmitter off Kip, Cooper.
He did his fault.
Remember that as a robot, I have to do anything you say.
Well, I don't want to disturb his archival functions.
Oh, I'll supervise.
Brand's lab, 2 for habitat. Now, once those modules have landed, you don't want to move them. Case is headed back down with the rest of the distillery equipment. I'd really like to secure those sites by nightfall. 2 hours, yeah?
Roger that, Cooper.
I have to go back. A mission such as ours could certainly use an extra engineer.
Safety first, Cooper.
Once we set up base camp, secure those modules, my work's done here.
What did she find exactly? The what? Okay.
Machine doesn't improvise well because you can't program a fear of death. The survival instinct that extends to your kids is the last thing you're gonna see before you die. Their faces. Your mind's gonna push a little bit harder to survive.
Cannot stay here.
Tars, what's taking so long?
Trouble completing the boot up.
There's some chatty going on about this Dr. Mann.
I thought I was prepared to die. Considered the possibility that my planet wasn't the one. Nothing worked out the way it was supposed to.
What? Oh, okay. And something was wrong.
I can't let you leave with that ship to complete the mission. Once the other...
The mission?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You have a responsibility.
Oh, okay.
Coop, get her stuff. She's going on.
I didn't raise you to be this dumb, Tom.
All the data. This fish had nothing.
Nothing.
And I resisted the temptation button, and somebody would come and save me.
Fucking coward.
Fighting in the shit.
Oh, let your family go. Just save your family. Dad didn't even try it. Dad just abandoned us.
Nobody's going with you.
Stop it!
Okay.
Those are the best odds I've had in years.
Glass is broken. That's not good.
You were never tested like I was. The survival instinct is what drives all of us. And it's what's gonna save us. I can't watch you go through this. I'm sorry.
Right.
Just listen to my voice, Cooper.
You're letting him die.
Do you see your children?
What's that thing?
Do not go.
Mid.
Cooper?
Yeah.
No.
Go! Go, go, go!
Into the pit.
Cooper, we're coming. Hang in there. Don't talk.
It requires a person to access function.
Bunny the corpse. Okay, here we go.
Data makes no sense.
Yeah, he's finally safe.
Man, was lying.
Lying. Oh boy. Destroy.
What other precaution case?
Cooper, there's been an explosion. Dr. Mann's compound.
Tars, 10 o'clock.
Okay, Tara survived.
Romilly did not survive. Take her from here. Do we have a fix on the Ranger? He's pushing into orbit.
We're dead.
Oh.
He is ruining us.
In the back seat now.
He doesn't know the Endurance docking procedure.
Well, the autopilot does. Do not attempt docking. Please respond.
Great. Going backwards.
Override.
Unauthorized.
Authorized. Oh. Melanie doing it. Can't do it.
Imperfect contact.
Override.
Do not open the hatch. We do not. Airlock would depressurize.
Still can't do it.
Nothing good.
Relay my transmission to the onboard computer and have it rebroadcast as emergency PA.
But I'm taking command of the Endurance. This is not about my life
Oh.
or Cooper's life.
Jeez. There's a little bit jump scare.
It is nuts.
Explorer. And there's a lot of space debris. It's kind of dangerous.
Cooper, what are you doing?
Docking. Okay, get ready to match our span with the retro thrusters.
Not possible. And trying to get back to this.
She's got no heat shield.
Case if I black out, you take a stick.
You're going to make it.
Lined up. Initiating spin. Come on, Tars.
Some amazing piece of music right there. And line up there. And this stop.
Pushing out of orbit. Come on, baby. Okay, we're out of orbit.
Okay. It's done.
For our next trick.
We're heading into Gargantua's pool.
Case, take the stick.
Roger that.
And the problem.
Cooper, we're slipping towards Gargantua.
Good news is bad news, Cooper.
Yeah, I've heard that one, Tars. Give it to me straight. The navigational hub has been completely destroyed. I think we can scratch our way to Edmund's planet.
What about fuel?
Not enough.
Then a powered slingshot around, launching us towards Edmund.
Oh boy.
Take a shot.
Sorry, Cooper.
And Ranger 2 is rocket boosters.
Right into that black hole.
What?
Third law. Heading somewhere is to leave something behind.
See, I don't have to ask him to do anything.
Cooper, you asshole.
Sorry, bro.
If I can find a way to transmit the quantum data I'll find in there.
And here we go. These visuals are amazing.
Mark.
Oh, the pieces are falling out. Oh boy.
Detach. See you there, Slick. Okay, Case.
They're detaching.
Nice reckless flying. Prepare to detach.
What? No! No! Cooper!
3.
Cooper, what are you doing? You told me we had enough resources for both of us.
We agreed, Amelia.
Well,
Approaching the event horizon. blackness. Tars.
Can't hear you.
Screens. The turbulence in the gravity is increasing. Gravitational pull.
I'm out of breath. Getting cold. I don't know what's going on. It's there. Fourth dimension. This is when the books fall out. This picture is really kind of scary.
Now don't go. Don't go, you idiot. Don't go!
The Morse code.
S. T. A. What? Oh, Murph, come on. What's his name?
He's trying to set this for long.
Make a mistake. Don't let me leave, Murph.
And the reality.
Don't let me leave, Murph.
This is putting it together.
In their fifth dimension.
It's the fifth dimension.
They constructed this three-dimensional space inside their five-dimensional reality to hand exert a force across space-time.
Gravity. To send a message.
I'm transmitting it on all wavelengths, but nothing is getting out, Cooper. Communicated data to a child.
Not just any child.
She won't understand its significance for years.
The people on Earth are gonna die. Think.
They didn't bring us here to change the past.
We brought ourselves. Could be the coordinates for NASA in binary. I brought myself here. We're here to communicate with a three-dimensional world. They didn't choose me, they chose her.
For what, Cooper?
To save the world. It's one little girl's bedroom. It's infinitely complex. They find a specific place. They can't communicate. I'm gonna find a way to tell Murph, just like I found this moment. It is quantifiable. It's the key to watch.
The words.
Code the data into the movement of the second hand. Make the data into Morse and feed it to me.
How do you know?
Because I gave it to her.
Morse is dot, dash, dot.
Translating into the words. Okay. And this guy was there.
What I've been doing for Murph, they're doing for me. A civilization that's evolved past the four dimensions we know.
Changing. The answer. Saturn. He's alive.
Mr. Cooper, actually you are 124 years old.
Yeah.
The Rangers found you with only minutes left in your oxygen supply.
That's trippy.
Cooper Station, currently orbiting Saturn. It's named after your daughter. Although she's always maintained just how important you were. She is far too old to be transferring from another station. But
you follow me? You've got a really good situation. I was delighted to hear that she thought it was perfect. And of course, I didn't speak to her personally.
I mean, it just wasn't.
From the person.
It's that power source was shot, but we could get you another one if you want to.
Yes. Please. Auto self-destruct. T minus 10, 9.
Let's make that 60%.
Burned.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
You want 55?
It's clean, slick.
This is all.
You told him I like farming.
How was your ghost?
People didn't believe me. They thought that I was doing it all myself. But I knew you'd come back because my dad promised me.
The promise came true.
No parent should have to watch their own child die. You go.
Where?
Brad.
And she's still out there. It's crazy.
Alone. Settling in for the long nap.
Ending. Christopher Nolan really surprised to see all the visuals and the colors. I think he actually won like the best picture. She's surprised by how well this movie is done. The storyline is actually pretty amazing. How all of them connects together at the ending. When the video there, be sure to subscribe for more.